Hey guys, how's it going today? Just hopping over to the test server. Not exactly sure what we're going to do today, but looking at the new event. Got some Regal rewards here. I've been trying to push the test server 13-5 right now, as you can see, to unlock the Elder Tree. So that's really what I've been focusing on here. One shy there, but not exactly sure where I should go for the Twisted Essence. Just because of where I'm at right now with the team. Have two casters, one support here. So the team I've been running is Belinda, Baden, because I had him available, Scrag, Namora, and then Lucius. From the copies that I've had, still trying to save up some more hero essence, so hopefully we can get them a little bit higher, especially Belinda and Baden, which I believe I can go ahead and get his signature item up a little bit further. So Twisted Essence, I think I'm going to go with probably just the caster. Yeah, I'm trying to test this out. Just had my computer in for a couple days, got it fixed. I'm hopefully. Looks like there is quite a bit of a delay. But I think I'm going to go caster at this point just for the fact of Belinda. And I do like that the new Soulless heroes in there as well. Rangers don't really have anyone in that class. And then in here, it does have Baden. But I don't like the ability. And this is with the Elder Tree, why so many people have went to the Ranger Tree and the Support Tree. Shattering Force, heroes that receive this blessing will deal additional 180% damage against enemies using protective shields or barriers, which that doesn't apply to all the fights. That doesn't apply to most fights. But if they are using a protective barrier or shield, definitely worth getting through, especially if you have Nara or Wukong, because they're super effective in that area. But for the teams that don't have any protective shields or barriers, you get absolutely no effect for it. Where in the case of the Ranger with the impeding danger, when the health of a hero receive this blessing falls below 50%, their dodge will be increased and their haste will be increased. So super, super powerful, because we know haste is tied directly to energy regen. And if you look at the lineup that's in here, Falk's always super powerful. Iran, always powerful. Athelia, definitely a good hero. Leica and Pharrell, super strong heroes. Gweneth, another good hero. That's why so many people are going the Ranger Tree because of the abilities. Not only that, is this one does a lot of damage too. After dealing damage to an enemy with lower than 50% health, they receive this blessing, which deals an additional 140% damage that cannot be dodged. So when you're fighting heroes like Kaz or even Pharrell, they do have high dodge. Heroes receiving this blessing may only activate it once every 3 seconds. So pretty cool. There's actually a little blue dagger that appears over their head, and it just does the 140% damage. Support class, of course, super powerful with the Savior's Gift. Creates a protective shield around the most injured ally. Able to mitigate an amount of damage equal to 7 of the Blessing Hero's attack rating for 220% seconds when the Blessing Hero uses their ultimate ability. So what do you guys got going on? Take all to level 5 first or build one up? Honestly, I would build one up depending on your hero formation. And I'm sorry, I do have to switch kind of back and forth with the streaming to read the comments. I'm getting dual monitors pretty soon, so it'll make it very, very nice. I would definitely focus on taking one to level 5 first, depending on your team comp. The only one that I don't see a lot of value with is the Dura's Might. A lot of people are not choosing this tree just because of the shield ability. And even looking out of the heroes here with the lineup, Estrilda, Antandra, Sirius, Nara, a lot of people use. Baden, Wukong, if you're a whale or got a lot of copies of them. Rigby, not many people use. K-Saw, some do. Warwick, Isolde, and Zorath, not many people use, but 1 or 2 heroes in this entire lineup with the Dura's Might. Casters, of course, this is going to be a focus because usually when you're looking down this line, Belinda does a ton of damage. Sophia does a ton of damage. Shamira does a ton of damage. Lorzin does okay. Isabella, a ton of damage. Mahira and Khazard does, not Khazard, I forget his name now, but he does a ton of damage as well. So the ability to not only do damage, but heroes receiving this blessing will receive an attack rating increase of 10% for 3 seconds each time they use their ult. So looking at the sorcery tree, super, super powerful, just upping the damage of already powerful casters. A lot of people do support because most people use Rowan and Rosaline or a combination of the two. A lot of the team comps use Namora and Tassie combination. So again, between those two, and a ton of people use the twins and Taylene. Thank you, Junaid PK. Like I said, just kind of swapping by. But thank you. That's a very, very first actual. Just wanted to say, keep up the good work. Love the amount of effort you're putting into videos as of late. The rapport you build with your viewers. Thank you. One of the big thing with the videos, and a lot of people kind of talk about, is I want to make sure that we're covering not only content that you guys want, but getting a lot more in depth kind of with the content. Just like I've done with a couple of the guides, a lot of people view the summoning videos and get a lot more views, or a lot of the faction teams, but a lot of the work that kind of goes behind the videos and actually building in the teams. So once we get through our next 2 guide videos, we're actually going to be working on the formation. So actually building the characters together, the core teams, the shell formations, working on a lot more like that. Yeah, Ranger is definitely nice. That's the primary that I go to, especially when you look at the team comp of the Ranger formation. One of the most powerful teams right now that is running is Athelia right here with Pharrell. Is a huge, huge team comp that people are running because it is double CC. If you combine it with Iran, which I've seen a couple times, Pharrell can actually fear the targets. Athelia can take out a target opposite her. Iran can pull everybody else in, and then coupling that with Nara, just absolutely displacing the entire 5-person team with a 3-man team, essentially. You can use Nara, you can use Athelia, and you can use Iran and pull or push all 5 members of the opposing team right off the bat, which is pretty cool to see. So I think at this point, though, looking at my team comp, I'm thinking I'm going to go either support or I'm going to go with the caster because of Belinda. And then we do have the double tanks, which Screg, if you're not using Screg, ever since he had the rework, is super, super powerful. His ability to not only not get CC'd, he does carry a stun, but the ability to actually knock the enemy team back. And of course, Lucius. Lucius with his shield, with his heals, with his energy buffs or debuffs, does just absolutely phenomenal with his signature item. He's kind of the staple. A lot of people say he's not only the best tank, but the best hero in the game. So looking at the comp, though, we can go ahead and do a summon. Hopefully we can get a couple more heroes here, which I almost have enough for faction summons. Been really, really working on this account to push it. Finally got the Elder Tree unlocked, which unfortunately nothing on that summon. Which if you've seen some of the videos, especially the Graveborn video lately, not too much really going on with the team. So looking here, though, we have another copy of Belinda, which if I had one more copy, I could actually take her to Ascended, which would be very, very powerful, but I have to figure out who I want to use for fodder. Rowan, I've only gotten one copy. This team, I got Screg up. Brutus was the very first hero that I had, but got some copies of Screg, got lucky there. Wilder, I got a couple copies of Namora, which I would like to get Solus. I would like to get her up to actually try her. And then here, kind of a very, very tough competition here because I do have Baden, but need a couple more copies of him to actually get him Ascended. But out of this team comp, not exactly sure who I would get out. Probably Nara, but maybe Grezold. Also in regards to your faction accounts, I noticed you sounded... Yeah, and that's what I'm really, really hoping is with Warwick since I've tried him, as you've seen in the videos, he absolutely just dies. I mean, right at the very beginning, Scrag stays alive. I know he's only mythic, but I do have his +10 signature item. But he dies almost off the bat every single time. But also to kind of caveat that is where we're at in the campaign, we're a lot further than I would have thought we're at. Just for the fact of we're pushing chapter 19, pushing chapter 20, fighting fully ascended teams, fighting teams that are very, very much higher than I am, just because of the contents. When he's fighting a hero that's completely ascended, seems like he gets destroyed. So I'm hoping Warwick, I gave him the best gear that I have. It's just getting his rage stacks, is getting him the stacks of his rage actually completed before he dies. That's what I've really tried to focus on here. So here, if you guys haven't checked out the new event, there's the pretty cool event, which I just got all of my chocolates. And one thing I want to talk about the event. So when you look at the Sweet Romance event, if you're a free-to-play player, I know Lilith doesn't really favor it, but a lot of people are the free-to-play. When you look at the heroes, the free-to-play players, the maximum amount of your little chocolates, of Mahira's Chocolate Heart, you can get is actually 208 at the very most, the very minimum. If you're doing the daily chest, if you're running all of the red flags in the Labyrinth, if you're doing all the lab bosses, making sure you're doing a full clear, the most you can get is 208. So when you're looking, being very, very selective about the heroes, my choice would be not choosing heroes because all of these come with time. If you've seen on my main account, I have 2 heroes to 5 stars. Wukong you could get a copy of because free to play you will have just above 200. Both the twins and Manira you're not going to have the ability to get just for the fact of how many chocolates they cost, because you'll have 200 to 208. They cost 300 each. So looking here at the emblems, actually a pretty good buy, and I usually go for the red chest just because as you're getting later game, red chests are super, super rare, very hard to come by short of events such as this, or some of the campaign stages, the AFK arenas, or purchasing them. A lot of people just straight up purchase them. Fodder cards are what I'm focused on 100% for all of the faction teams. I'm hoping I can do all 4 exchanges, which unfortunately with the free-to-play I can't. But if I can get a total of, 36? So 36 cards on every faction account will be huge when it comes to looking at the faction accounts. Best value is right here. The Twisted Nether or Twisted Essence. This is the best value overall. When you put the relationship into the value kind of relationship, is what I look at is where you can buy them. So when you look at the actual daily deals here, for $1, you can get your 8 little hearts here. So out of the 8 hearts, if you buy it all 8 days, you get 80 hearts. So a bonus 80. If you're getting 200, that even buying this, so spending your $8 will take you to 280. Still can't buy the twins. Still can't buy Mahira. Looking at these packs, which are the $4.99 packs. So if you actually buy a $4.99 pack, if you're buying them, you actually get 12 hearts. So quite a bit more. So the event is only going for 8 days. So right here will give you enough hearts to buy one of the heroes, to buy the twins. But that's, again, if you want to spend real money on the game. But looking at the cost of the Twisted Essence, so it's $5 for 150 of them. So if you're getting 500, again, that's where the best deal comes in for the event, is when you're looking at the purchase price of actually with the Twisted Essence, it's only 25 essence or 25 chocolates for 500 essence. You can exchange it 10 times. So right here you can get, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. You can get 4,000 essence if you're getting your 200 chocolates. So getting 4,000 essence, because then when we swap over to the library where we can actually use them with the Elder Tree, if you have 4,000 essence and this is costing 50, you can get up the health, attack, dodge, defense, accuracy of a lot of different factions here. And depending on your comp, you can unlock the level 15 skills or even the level 25 skills, which cost a lot more. Because the Twisted Essence, short of buying it, getting it every 2 days from the event, which you usually get, I think I average about 200 on my main account, takes a long time to build up the essence, short of purchasing it from the store, which I don't recommend. So with the event, looking at the heroes, the twins I would definitely shoot for if you're going to purchase them. Faction cards for the faction accounts, and then the Twisted Essence. A lot of people have commented on the Stargazer. Would you still go for red chest even late game over end game? Yeah, I do. I do the chest just because summons come naturally with diamonds. A lot of people ask how I get so many diamonds with the chapter progressions, with the pushes, with the dailies, with the labyrinth, with the... Hey, Sheen Evil, how's it going? With a lot of the stuff, you get the gems. You'll get the diamonds eventually. The red chest, not so much. Give me 1 second. I gotta grab my food out of the oven. All right, I'm back. Yeah, I mean, I would go red chest. That's the biggest stopping point. So once you get further in the game, the emblem choice chest is where you're going to get stuck, especially unlocking a lot of heroes to the plus 30 signature item, just because it takes so long. I mean, I've been playing the game for a significant amount of time, and I've got one hero to plus 30 signature item. I have another one, I believe, 25 and one at 21. So I don't even think I'd have enough to get anyone up to 30, even if I focused on one hero at a time. We need 2460. Yeah, thank you, Warrior. 2460 for level 15, which is very cool. So if you could pull the amount out of the event, like I said here, if you're getting your 200, so essentially we have 4,000 there, so you can get up a lot of heroes and a lot of stats from the Twisted Essence. Like I said, as free to play, Twisted Essence you only get twice a day through the guild event, through this right here, the Twisted Realm. So with the Twisted Realm, you only get, even here with the rewards, I get 85 on this account. So to get anything to level 15, you're talking, I mean, just do the math, 85. If I need, what do you say, 2460? Yeah, 2460 at 85 every 2 days. You're talking months to get the amount of essence I need to even get anybody up, short of buying them from an event. This account doesn't have the Stargazer cards, but everybody has said the Stargazer cards are so stupid expensive and you might get absolutely nothing out of it. So if I could guarantee getting hero essence here versus going to the Stargazer and probably not getting nothing, which here I'll go ahead and buy these because that's what I want. Exchange 2,500 Twisted Essence. So let's go back and look at the library. So we want to work on Belinda, which once we get one more copy, we'll get her to Ascended. So even there, I mean, it's only 300 gems if you have to reset it, which with my tree, that's as high as I can get that up. So we do have a tank. Here we do use Lucius and we use Screg. So we're going to have enough to go ahead and get up pretty much, I think, everybody with this. And there's still a couple more days of the event. So we'll just go ahead and max out the trees here, depending on what heroes we get. And as we level up with more heroes. But we got level 5 ability on everybody, because here I do have Baden, here I do have the tanks. I have used Iran and Athelia a couple times. Here right now I'm running one of these. Right now I'm running Namora in this team. I have Belinda in this team. Best 30 plus free to play is Rowan or Pharrell. Definitely. Athelia's, those three are by far the best. Eron's another one that is super, super strong. Yeah, Rowan and Pharrell, by far. The ability of Pharrell to put the eight spirits on a target just absolutely devastates. Not only does it do a truckload of damage, it has the ability to nerf the attack rating. And same with Rowan, plus 30. Rowan plus 30 item. Once you hit 600 energy, his potion for the 400 will cap it out to alt. Especially if you're running twins in that comp, because Rowan with the twins, not only boosting the haste to create energy faster, is you just cycle through things so much faster. And that's where the heroes really shine. There's a lot of people who don't use the heroes, and that's why I love making the guides, is because there are a lot of people who essentially don't use the heroes and don't use a lot of the heroes. So here I do like the roses. We've been actually swapping roses over on this one, which I wonder where it shows me. I want to see where the roses are. So I believe I'm in the very top right here. So hopefully I get this sweet looking frame, and that is all because of Javid over on the test server. Ganji, that has been Javid right here. They've been giving me the roses over the accounts. So if you look, though, I'm at 233, which is super awesome on the test server. Look at the global server. They're over 4,000 right there. So just absolutely crazy when you look. So even Fury, that's dropping a lot of cash on the game to get 1,000 roses. So I don't spend anything near that. I'm more of a baby dolphin is what it's been called. I like spending 20, 30 bucks, usually a month. But to spend hundreds of thousands or even tens of thousands, to me, is just absolute insanity. So we'll continue to get our chocolates here as we have. I'm going to continue with the Twisted Essence. I even have a ton banked, so when I go ahead and level up the tree. But we'll go ahead and push the campaign a little bit, because that's essentially what this account is doing. And now when you look, though, this total team comp, so we have the tank tree, we have the support tree, we have the caster tree, we have the warrior tree. So overall, even just progression itself, much, much more damage, a lot more hit points, a lot more everything. And I've been actually stuck on this account. This account I don't spend anything on, or very, very little, just because it is the test server. So checking out everything. Kind of bummed at this point that we haven't had a chance. And Veden keeps going back for him and actually destroying the whole team time after time. So hopefully we can get him down. But there he is, charmed, but now he'll go bat for him when he's about 90% right now. So I can't get him down. I don't have enough damage. I need Belinda to actually stay up to be able to get him down, which I think I might right here with the push. Got him. Very, very nice. I'm going to do that. Use other accounts to send flowers to your main account. I'm actually going to do the faction accounts. I'm going to send them to my main account, which I run 4 faction accounts. And I do have a free-to-play account. A lot of people talk a lot about the free-to-play accounts. And I do have one. I believe it's on chapter 4 right now. I've been just kind of stockpiling stuff. But I did get the copy of Athelia on it. I got the copy of Wukong. Now I got the copy of Solus. So I've been really focusing on that free-to-play. And I love the streams. Recently, the most useful character is the twins. Yeah. When you look at overall with the twins, they are by far the most useful hero, Rowan and the twins. Because when you look at the twins, you use them for both guild bosses. You use them for every twisted realm boss. You use them in a lot of PvP, super, super huge. You use them in the campaign for a lot of stages. Use them pretty much everywhere. But depending on, again, how much you want to spend on the game, when you look at a hero that can stand completely alone, that just absolutely dominates the game, is Taylene. Taylene is the hero that just absolutely dominates the game. If you look at anyone who's chapter 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, every single team comp, every single time they have Taylene. They have 5-star Taylene. Should I buy the premium pass for Regal rewards? I do like the premium pass. I have it on my main account. I no longer buy the Champions of Esperia, just for the fact I'm overflowing now with Hero Essence, so I don't need any more Hero Essence at that point. But the Premium Pass, not only the diamonds that it gives you, but also the stones. So overall, I mean, it's one of the best passes. Yeah, it's very, very, very cost effective. If you're looking at where you should spend the money, the passes are always number one. The monthly sub cards are the big thing, and especially up to hitting 240. The Champions of Esperia are very, very good cards because they give you a truckload of Hero Essence, which we can actually take a look now if you're not too familiar with them. These are the 2 monthly cards that I get. These are the only 2 cards that I get on my accounts. Because if you look right here, they're giving me 13,000, so 16,000, over 16,000 gems for 20 bucks. That's all I spend on the account. I don't have any of the other sub cards. I don't have any of the monthly deals. I don't buy any of the diamond deals. I don't buy any of the Gift of Light. But Noble Society, if you look, so not only are you getting 180 rare stones here, which is going to give you 3 blue heroes, is you're getting a free hero there. Then if you look 1, 2, 3, 4, right here, you're getting another free hero. So 2, that's probably 3, 4, 5. I believe in total you get 7, maybe 8. And then the final one, so probably about 10. So not only are you getting a truckload of fodder with these rare stones, you're getting a ton of diamonds to do summons through here. And the big thing is right here with the Elite Hero Soul Stones, you're guaranteed a hero. So regardless of anything you do, you're guaranteed a hero. And that's where, even with the merchant ship, this $1 pack is really, really huge, because for $6, you're guaranteed a hero. So essentially with this, every 6 days, and if you're running events, doing everything else, every 5 days, you're guaranteed an elite hero, which is just absolutely powerful. You don't have sub cards considering you play multiple accounts. I have the sub card, which is this one on my main account, but I play on an iPad. As most people know, I have all Apple devices. The only thing Apple doesn't support is the test server. So the test server is not available for Apple at all. So my main account, the 4 faction accounts, and my free-to-play account, I have this monthly sub card, which a lot of people say, oh, it's not worth it. But even just having the 1 extra bounty quest every single day. So in the course of a month, you can have 30 extra team bounty quests. Absolutely phenomenal. Because if you pull a quest which is ascended, let's say 800 hero essence, that is a ton. That's super, super expensive. That's a ton of money. That's like 2.25 million gold in the shop, where gold is vital, especially when you want to level up gear. AFK reward gold plus 10. Both of these I use. With the guild I'm in, they actually let me borrow Taylene because I don't have her. I believe I have her at Elite Plus right now. And I use Taylene to push the campaign. And Guild Coin Drop, which I believe when I went through the Labyrinth, I actually got 418 extra tokens from one run. And even now with the runs being daily, getting 418 every single day is absolutely huge here. And the Guild Coin Drop. With the increased Guild Coin Drop, it makes a huge difference, because when you get later in the game with the guild coin, not only can you buy the gear, which I should actually buy the gear here. Let me see who can wear it, which is Baden. Perfect. Not only buying the gear, this is where you get your T1 and T2 stones. So short of AFK rewards, this is where I've bought all my T2 stones, which I believe on my main account, I have 5 or 6 of them so far, is the guild coin. So getting the bonus guild coin, again, that's one of the reasons I think that I've had so much luck and so much progression on the main account, is just with that reward. And it makes a difference every single day. If you're an avid gamer, this is the only game that I play right now. And this is a game that I absolutely love. It's so cool. Actually, FG3000, if you've never seen his videos, he does a lot of really, really cool videos about a lot of upcoming games. I seen this one months and months ago from FG. He popped it up online. I checked it out, downloaded it, and I've been playing it ever since. So if I have anyone to blame for me getting into the game, it is FG3000 on YouTube, because that's who got it. That's who got me into the AFK arena. Yeah, I know, the gold. Same with hero experience. A lot of people say, what do you do with all the hero experience? Well, once the resonating crystal hits level 240, it's actually got, I believe, 8 or 10 tiers to level itself up. So once you get a tier up, it actually has 8 or 10 like sub tiers to actually gain another level. Every single one of those sub tiers takes experience. So you're going to have more and more and more experience, hero experience, to level up your resonating crystal. So now, like I said, I'm at a point with my main account. Resonating crystal, I believe my main account is level 292 right now. Once I unlock the resonating crystal at level 240, I got to probably about 246 or 248. And then I was out of hero experience. So the 41, 45 million experience that I had all stocked up just burned right through it. Absolutely just burned right through it. And now every day, usually I can go up one sub-stage every day. But when I hit an actual level getting up, I have more than enough hero experience. And that's why or enough hero essence. And that's why I've stopped buying the Champions of Esperia, the promo pack, because the experience is getting there. Yeah, exactly, Zero. Dust isn't the problem. I have, I believe, almost 100,000 hero essence, the dust. That is just sitting, but it is the experience. The hero experience is where I'm sitting. In this game, as much as it's about random with the heroes and everything else, a lot of it's just planning. So if you're actually just completely planning out the heroes that you want, and how you're going to go about getting them, normally with the Celestials and the Hypogeans, very, very pay to win. They're super expensive, especially if you're running accounts where you're using the Stargazer and using it regularly. Very, very difficult to get. And unfortunately, we got a defeat there, so we will change this up a little bit. But when you look, and that's why reviewing the videos, really seeing what the heroes do, you can build a team and then see kind of where you can go from there with your team comps. Because there's some heroes that are in almost every formation, which again, there we got absolutely destroyed. I need to get my tanks up on this account. Because if you look even there with Lucius, he just got absolutely destroyed there. So did Baden. So the triple caster in the back is not working very well. So what I do most of the time is, if I'm stuck at a stage 13-14, is I'll swap over, run the Labyrinth or run the King's Tower. See how far I can push this with getting everything leveled up. So we'll go ahead and push this one a little bit. King's Tower, if you're not pushing the King's Tower at least 2 or 3 times a week, especially if you have the faction towers unlocked, you're really doing yourself a disservice, because not only does it give a ton of gems, which with the faction accounts, this is where I get a lot of the gems from, gives you a ton of gold. I mean, for where I'm at my main account, I believe it's, even there, it's $500,000 for every single floor that you're going through. And this is a double Veden combo, so this is going to be tough. But making sure that you're building, using your resonating crystal. Give Arden a shot in that one, maybe. Yeah, I can swap out Arden. But making sure that you're using your resonating crystal. And I actually dropped my faction teams into the resonating crystal to make sure that I can push the faction towers. Because again, not only do they give you soul stones, they give you the elite and the rare soul stones. They give you the gold, they give you the gems, and they give you the hero essence. And here, Double Belinda's a pretty tough team comp, but I think with the amount of ads, hopefully we can get him down. And it's just Baden left. But if you've used Baden, Baden is a very, very strong hero, which almost got both of them down. So this, I haven't run the Labyrinth. The Labyrinth, this is where, if you look, the red Labyrinth paths give you the chocolate. So trying to map through here, even if you go to Reddit, Reddit always has the maps, usually within an hour or two of releasing the new Labyrinth, so you know kind of which way to go. I love running the Labyrinth. And the Labyrinth I've been running like crazy every single day on 6 accounts, which is crazy. And this one, so 7 total Labyrinth runs every single day. Faction floors are hard to push weekly. I'm almost at floor 200 for all of them, which is good because they give you a ton of gear when you're pushing the faction floors. I usually give them 5 attempts. That's usually about my max. If I try it 5 or 6 times and I can't get through a faction floor, I just move on to the next tower or move on to the King's Tower. Switching it up where I need to. Again, to try for progression. I feel the problem is people do is try to send units straight away instead of taking legendary units to 160. Yeah, and I've seen that a lot, and some people have even said it with my faction accounts. I know I've heard it a couple times about not using fodder for food, which most of the time, I'd say 90% of the time, not using fodder for food. I would definitely not advise using fodder for food, but there are a couple times where you're going to have to, specifically when it comes to the faction accounts, where I used a Grezold and I used a Chimera for food on the Graveborn account, if you just seen. One copy of an Elite Chimera would literally just sit there in the account. It's a hero right now that I'm not building, that I'm not going to build on the account, probably not for a while. So it would just sit there. So we'd have one copy of Chimera sitting there, absolutely doing nothing, just sitting there for weeks, maybe months. Bottleneck their fodder straight away, which hurts. I believe it's 15. I believe when you're done with 1440, the faction tower unlocks when you hit 15, if I'm not. Correct me if I'm wrong, but just remembering, I believe it is when you finish 1440, the tower unlocks. And even the day that the tower unlocks is you can start running, because with the tower, it's capped at 10 a day. So you can only go through 10 floors a day. It's not like the regular tower where you can just burn through a ton of floors. You can actually only do 10 a day. So making sure when it's open, and then every Sunday, all the tower is open. Actually, all 4 floors are open. And in this battle here with Warwick, it seems like Warwick is so good, which I know I've kind of discounted him on the Mauler team. But again, he always goes down, even with the signature item. If he doesn't have full fury, it seems like he just absolutely gets dominated. I'm kind of just burning through the Labyrinth floor. Not really paying the most attention. That way I can actually go over and chat with everyone. Vex, I'm on stage 1640 with 3 mythic heroes and an Ascended Chimera. That's very, very good. And again, with the hero-specific accounts, it takes a lot more to get them up. And even some of the heroes, like Warwick, I've never used. I've never seen him. I've heard kind of mixed reviews from a lot of people on how well he does. Some people said very, very well. Some people said when the signature item's up. Some people said he's absolutely horrible. I honestly wanted to see him. It's a hero that I've never used. Same with Iran. Same with Leica. You know, I hear a lot of good things about Leica. Again, a hero on my main account. I don't even believe I have her to Mythic. But I wanted to see her. And that was the original reason with making the faction accounts. Here, I love this Voodoo doll. If you haven't seen the videos, Voodoo doll is absolutely devastating. It puts a Thorin-like dot on heroes. Even though it doesn't do damage, you'll see the little pink right here on Belinda. One hit from Baden's ad almost completely killed her. And we almost took her completely 2 hits with that Voodoo doll on her. Just absolutely destroyed her. Which this is tough. The Idol of Savagery, 95% health. They get 20% to the increased attack rating. But as many know with the Dispelling Arrow, very, very powerful because that will get rid of Brutus's shield and it gets rid of Pharrell's spirits. So very, very cool, but we'll go with the hit points just because I run Namora in the back line here. And I know that's going to give us pretty much a 20% attack buff through the entire team. We're on that every 5-10 times Stargazer summons guaranteed a hero. Unfortunately, it is not true. If you watch my Stargazer video, people have said 3 that you get a guaranteed hero. I did 5 pulls. I didn't get not 1 hero through 5 pulls. I believe it took me 8 pulls to get Taylene. And they said at some point where with 5 pulls, 5-10 pulls at 2%, you should get a hero. I mean, theoretically at 2%, that should get you a hero, but the 2% is 2%. And Lilith has made that very, very clear. Mustafa, hi, how's it going? Mustafa Afu? I know if you've watched my videos, I'm from Michigan. It's my accent. A lot of people make fun of my accent or how I pronounce certain words like E's and A's. Come out a little bit different sometimes. But like I was saying, when you look at the Stargazer, it's just the amount of pulls that you do, really. So if you do 5-10 pulls, you're doing 50 pulls at 2%, you should be guaranteed a hero with the 2%. The math is sound there. I mean, it's logic. That's essentially. Now, with the 10 pulls, it doesn't guarantee a hero. And I've also heard the fact that some of it guarantees a hero, not the selected hero, but an elite hero card. So an actually choice card. There's just so many different ways that you can cut it. But essentially, if you want to get Taylene, if you want to get a lot of copies of the twins, the Stargazer. The Stargazer is really your only option. You could essentially do 1 summon and get a copy of them. You could do 50 summons and not get 1 single copy of them. So, again, either way, the Stargazer, as you've seen from the copies of Taylene, are the Casuals Guild testing you well? I do love being in there. We share a ton of information. That's the reason that I went over there to the Casuals Guild. I was talking to Newton quite a bit about a couple ideas. A lot of the information, when you look at the guild formations, when we look at the hero typing, a lot of that information's shared with and provided from Newton. So getting a lot more of the information out there to actually build the teams, push a little more progression for everyone through the YouTube content, which is absolutely amazing. I love making the videos. When is this coming to global? I'm not sure. I do this through YouTube. It's a YouTube live. I tried Twitch, had a lot